It's more than what we see, it's what we feel. It fills our world, revealing colors and textures, bringing life to the darkest spaces. Light inspires. It's a spark that fuels creativity, a guide that shapes our journey. In the hands of visionaries, light becomes magic. A brush that paints emotions, a lens that captures truth. We chase it, shape it, and bend it. Because in light, we see who we are and who we can become. And as long as there is light, there is a way forward.
Hey everyone, Nathan here. I wanted to make a video about something that's kind of changed up my color grading game a little bit. It's a tool that I have been using for pretty much every project since I've started implementing it. It's called Dehancer. So Dehancer, for those of you who don't know, is a film emulation tool. It works within Premiere, it works with DaVinci Resolve, any major editor that you might use, it probably works in. And I have honestly just been loving it. So as you can see here, we have our project files, a few different layers, and this was one of my favorite projects that I shot. Now, originally when I shot this, I wanted it to have a filmic look. I wanted it to look like it was maybe shot on 8mm or Super 16 film. This was shot with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro, which is a phenomenal camera, 100% recommended by the way. And so right now I have my own color grade on it, which, you know, I think looks pretty decent. But what I have been doing lately is using Dehancer to really elevate a lot of the color grading I've already done. So let's take a look at this project. Let's find a nice frame. Honestly, I really love this project. I feel like any frame is good. But let's see, let's use this frame. You know, this shot looks nice, but I think it could look a lot better. So first I'm gonna show you just what it looks like after some of the work that I've already done with Dehancer. So right now I have that adjustment layer hidden, so let's take a look at it, and boom, there it is. We take it from the very beginning. You know, it might look a little subtle, but really in my opinion, it takes this footage and elevates it. So let's go back to this frame and let's kind of work back from what I did. So the really cool thing about Dehancer is right now I have my input set at Rec 709. Now you can choose a camera and its log profile, but I just want to show you what I have on here right now. One of my absolute favorite things about Dehancer is the film compression. So the film compression makes your overexposed elements blend in with the footage a lot more seamlessly. I love film compression. One of my second favorite things is halation. And one of the frames that I love the halation on is this one right here. So as you can see, his outline, you know, it looks nice, it looks good. But when I enable the halation, it just adds a slight bit more character to the frame. I love adding character to my frames. Any kind of character I can add to like dirty up the frame, I want to do it. So as you can see, those overexposed elements or just those sharp edges get softened, and it adds that nice warm almost orange halation look. And the thing that I love about Dehancer is it's incredibly customizable. Now another thing that I add to the footage that I've already graded is I go over here to this print tab. Now, right now I have it on glossy paper. So what glossy paper will do is it'll just add some more contrast, some like color boost. I really like and prefer glossy paper, so I will generally stick to that. But again, you have so much you can customize here that'll do different things to your footage. And honestly, all of these just look really, really good. You cannot go wrong. And now that I'm looking at it, maybe I'm liking this print film a little bit more than what I had before. So let's stick with that. Generally also, for different kinds of footage, like for instance with this drone footage, I generally won't put the same adjustment layer that I have all of the Dehancer stuff on my drone footage, but for this one, I think it works well. For the drone footage that I use, sometimes the halation can typically be like maybe a little bit overdone. You can see that a little bit in this clip right here. The halation is pretty strong here. So this clip I might want to take away from my adjustment layer, and I'll just copy my Dehancer here, add it there, and then I'm gonna go over to halation, and let's do something a little bit more subdued, where you can still notice it slightly, but it's not as overpowered as it was before. Maybe I kind of like that look a little bit more. Yeah, this one looks nice. Now you also have something called bloom, which will mimic a pro mist filter, which I have on my camera, which I have on my lens right now. On this shoot, I also had a pro mist filter on, so you can probably see that a little bit with the way that the sun is glaring. You get a nice highlight roll off with a pro mist filter. But say we didn't have a pro mist filter like on my drone here. So what you can do, you can go over to Dehancer, and let's go to bloom. And again, extremely customizable. If you don't like all of these presets that they have for 18, 16, Super 35, and full frame, you can do a completely custom look. So let's enable that quick, and as you can see, again, it adds a little bit of character. It adds something that you might not be able to get normally with a small drone like the DJI Mini 2. So this is something that if I didn't have my Pro Mist filter on, I would usually add to the frame. And so I'm gonna keep that on there like that. So something else that I really love that Dehancer gives you the ability to do is these mask modes. So if I wanna see what just the halation looks like on the clip, that's where mask mode comes in. So if I go here to mask mode, then you can see what exactly is happening with the halation. So again, if I go to the 8mm, or yeah, so as you can see here, it's doing a lot here, but I'm able to see just what is happening with the halation. So I love mask mode. Now let's play around a little bit with the grain, because you have so much control over your grain, which I think is amazing. So right now I have my film grain at 65mm at 50 ISO, because I don't want a ton of grain in this, but I want a little bit. So your 65mm at ISO 50 will be your least amount of noise, but if you want your most amount of noise, I'm going to take it up to 8mm 500, and there you get a ton of noise. So it's a lot of noise. This is a little too much for this project, but there's definitely some projects like that this could work really well for, especially if you're trying to emulate film, which is what Dehancer is used for. So let's look at a little bit more. If you want some more fine grain, again, that 65mm is going to be your sweet spot. So here is a little more fine grain, which I think this looks really nice. Your 500 ISO looks pretty nice. Again, your 50 ISO, your lower ISO values are gonna have a lot less noise. And so I like the way that they did this here. It's really straightforward, it makes sense, but again, you're able to customize it. So customize the size, you can customize the amount, film resolution. So like, I mean, even that I think is you can do some really cool things. Even within the customization of the film grain itself. So that's something that is really nice. That's all built in. Now I don't have to go get anything off of Envato Elements or anything like that. I can just stay within Premiere, within Dehancer, which I love. Another nice thing about Dehancer, since it's a film emulation, it has frame guides built in. So if I go over here to overscan, I'm going to enable that. With just a couple of clicks, you can get the film look so easily with Dehancer. So if you like what you're seeing here, head to the description below so you can get Dehancer. And the really nice thing about Dehancer is it has a free trial, so you can take a look at what your footage would look like before even purchasing Dehancer, which I would highly recommend. So thank you so much for watching. I know this video is a little different than most of my videos. I don't typically do tutorials a lot, but if you liked it, let me know. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.